that you are getting your holiday kicked off here soon. So before we jump in too deep, we wanted to wish everyone happy holidays and all that good stuff. And thank you, Mary and
Sure.
Kate, for being here with us today. So Jessica, did you want to start with your reminders?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Greetings, everyone. Happy November. Two things from me. And the first is just a friendly reminder that December 1 serves as our internship deadline. These are for spring 2026 candidates. And so, what I want to do is drop in the chat the internship certificate checklist. It's coming your way in just a moment. And just as a friendly reminder, this checklist just kind of outlines the criteria for candidates who can receive an internship certificate. And it also provides links to those EPP and district assurances that we need on file. So again, the deadline is December 1 because those candidates will be beginning in their classroom probably the first full week of January. And then secondly, Jackie and I are thrilled to announce that we have last Friday, the 14th, we sent out those pre-service program alignment kind of sheets to many of you on this call and to deans that showed your pre-service middle secondary read to succeed coursework alignment to the middle level high school updated literacy competency. So all those middle level secondary workbooks you sent to us by August 1, we got through all those. We sent those sheets back to you guys last Friday, the 14th. We are so happy to have that marked off our to-do list. And we know that we still owe you the formal Read to Succeed letters that list your pre-service coursework for all the fields, early childhood, elementary, special ed, middle, and secondary programs. We are working on those letters as we speak, and we should have those to you guys very, very shortly. So that's all I got. Jackie, back to you.
Awesome. So we also just wanted to let you know, you all are probably aware that we have been working with the Ed Prep report card. It started with the CHE and it's moved to us. So we have a first draft available on our website. If you all have the opportunity to visit it, please do. We're looking for a lot of feedback. So, if there's anything that you see or something that you think might be more helpful to you moving forward in that. And Jessica, thank you. I was just about to put that up there. That's perfect. Jessica popped the link in there. If you have any feedback for us that you'd like to see, this is kind of fluid. This is our first attempt. So we're looking for feedback and we'd be happy to hear that from y'all. So if you could use this Ed Prep report card email, we would appreciate that. And you can feel free to share any feedback that you might have or ask any questions that you might have. So we're looking forward to that with y'all. And just wanted to let you know that that was out there. The next thing I wanted to let you all know is, again, as we're talking about the holidays, next month, of course, is December, and there's a lot of holidays, and a lot of folks will be, off of out of the office and that sort of thing. So we're excited for y'all for that, and we wanted to let you know that we will be moving up our office hours to the week before, so that we don't really impact. So hopefully we'll be able to see more of you, really. So we'll be doing that on December 11th instead of the following week next month. So we hope that y'all will be able to join us, and we'll send that out with the reminder as well. And I don't know, Kate or Mary, if y'all have anything you want to share, but those were all the updates that Jessica and I had for today.
Jackie, I've got a couple, if that's okay. Kate, do you want to
Please.
share anything or before I go?
I'm good for now. If I think of anything, I'll be sure to
Okay.
chime in, but thank you.
Good. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It's nice to see your faces and have a chance to spend a few minutes with you this morning. Just want to share a couple of updates. Jackie has shared the link to the Ed Prep report card. So primary responsibility for the Ed Prep report card is transitioning from the Commission on Higher Ed to the State Department. That process has to be complete by January 1, 2026, and that's attached to a budget proviso in the 25-26 Appropriations Act. So I think all of you know in South Carolina, a whole lot happens in budget provisos. And so this is one of the primary ones impacting the work of our office and our agency. So hats off to Jackie and Jessica for the mighty work they did assisting our technical team in developing that dashboard. Again, this is our agency's first draft. There's work ahead that will involve all of you. There's some things that we're required to have in that dashboard by statute. Others that we were able to add because we think it's a good idea to have if you're going to talk about providers and programs, well, let's at least put a list of all those provider and programs in that dashboard too. So again, looking for your feedback, and just know that we'll be reaching out over the course of the year as we get ready for next year's Ed Prep report card. On the report card front, district report cards have been released. So if you're interested at looking at the report cards for the districts that you work with on a regular basis and the schools where you place candidates, I would encourage you to take a look at the work of the agency and the accountability system and the rankings of those schools and the information that's included on those report cards, because I think it's pretty robust and of help to you in the work that you do. Other things, our colleagues in division. So our office is positioned in the division of college, career, and military readiness. Abby Duggins is our deputy superintendent, and we have two executive directors that work with Abby, Lil Tolmansager, many of you know, and Alana Prosser, who came to the department this year. She is retired as the superintendent in Florence 3 and brings a wealth of experience to the work here. She is interested, and we kind of, a number of us were sitting around talking about some ideas. How do we better connect our higher ed partners to the work of the agency, especially around academics, academic standards, assessment, all those instructional areas that we work with districts on every day at the agency level? How do we better connect you to that work? So Alana would like to host a day where we bring our higher ed partners in. So you would have an opportunity for your deans, some of your faculty to come in and meet some of the instructional folks here in the agency and learn more about the work that's going on right now. Many of you are very familiar with the literacy initiatives and letters. The Palmetto Math Project is another major initiative well underway this year, especially as we think about the new math standards are fully implemented in districts and schools this year. But the Palmetto Math Project is really looking now at the needs of our students in terms of math instruction, focusing initially on upper elementary and middle level. So we'd really like you to learn more about that. Our Office of Instructional Support works with the Literacy Initiative, the Palmetto Math Project, but a number of other things with our districts in terms of instruction. High quality instructional materials is another major initiative out of the agency, and the legislature has supported that with considerable funding this year. So again, we want to better connect you to the work of the agency and the work that goes on with districts around instruction. So again, we're looking to host a day where you could come in, see the building, spend some time here. Alana was interested in doing that in December. We suggested that December was probably not the best time of year for y'all, that things are a little busy. So if you will talk with Jackie and Jess, let them know of some good possibilities early in the new year, we would really appreciate your doing that. So that's all I have for today. Jackie and Jesse may have kind of touched on this in a previous meeting. All of you, I think, know that September 1, 2026, the requirement for a reading assessment kicks in for candidates seeking certification in early childhood, elementary, and special education. We have two exams we have adopted already. We're using those for in-service educators who want to add the Read to Succeed literacy teacher endorsement through that option, because that option is really pursuant to a requirement in the statute. But our goal is either in January or February, depending on when we can get this on the board calendar, to take a recommendation around that assessment for initial certification to the board. ETS and Pearson are already poised and ready to begin working with you so that you have some access to the content of those assessments as you prepare your candidates. September 1 was very intentional on our part in working with the General Assembly on the text of that bill, because it gets most of your graduates for the current year through the certification process before that requirement kicks in. But your candidates that will go through student teaching and clinical practice in 26, 27, this will be a requirement for them. So again, please know that we're working with ETS and Pearson on that, working with the state board. For elementary candidates, it's probably going to be a little easier transition because we can swap out a test. Early childhood and special ed, it's going to be an additional assessment for them, and we recognize that. So that's all the news I have at the moment, other than to say I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Again, we are always grateful for the opportunity to work with your institutions and your candidates. So please let us know how we can help you, and let me know right now if you've got any questions or topics that you want to bring up today.
Hey, Mary, this is
Hey,
Eric.
Eric. Yeah.
I was going to bring up the praxis, so you answered some of my questions about the reading,
Yes.
especially. Are you guys thinking that this will be on a state board agenda eventually in early
Oh, yes,
spring?
it has to. So the reason
Okay,
uh,
good, okay,
the state board has to adopt
right,
certification assessments and the related cut score. We make that recommendation to the state board, but again, it has to be approved by the state board. We would like to go ahead and get this in place early in the year, so you have that definitive information in place
Yeah.
before your candidates for fall come in. So again, we'd also in the spring want you to be able to work with ETS and Pearson on, just some prep for your faculty and your candidates as well.
right. Yeah, we have some students in the and I'm glad you brought it up. We have some students in the spring who are in a course right before student teaching, so they'll be student teaching in the fall, and we wanted to do some extra prep work with them.
Yes.
And we're just assuming that the Praxis or the Praxis Foundations of Reading test will be approved, but technically it's not yet, right? I mean, but
It is not yet.
okay,
There are actually we've got a couple of decisions to make here. There's a slightly different version of that assessment. One that does not have the constructed response questions on it. But it's essentially the same assessment as 5205 without those constructed response questions.
okay,
There's some language in the statute that says whatever test we adopt for initial certification has to be available for in-service teachers to earn the endorsement. So we've got some questions in decision-making, whether we want to test without those constructed response questions available at the in-service level. Because the state board can set the cut score, it may well be that we have a slightly different cut score at the initial certification level than we have at the in-service level for earning that endorsement for those practicing teachers. So just we're down to the details, and they're the difficult ones, I would say. So
yeah.
but I appreciate your asking. So, and let
Yeah,
us know what questions you have and what would be helpful to you in working with your candidates this spring.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Make one quick comment too, this procedural. So one change from the vendor that processes fingerprints for us and the vendor where your candidates go to be fingerprinted. So previously, when your candidates go to register for that assessment or that process, they will pick this Department of Education from a drop-down menu. That has gone away. There is a service code that they have to enter. That service code is available to them in the instructions that are available in their portal account. So once they submit the application for student teaching clearance, they get access to the fingerprinting instructions. That service code is there. And the reason this service code has been developed, and this goes back to the FBI SLED and this vendor, it is ensuring that the reason that someone gets fingerprinted is clearly tied to a state statute and a purpose, and that's why we're getting those reports. So that service code is now required of them. I cannot share that service code with you. We had a vendor that works with, tries to do some recruiting for districts. They reached out this week and wanted that service code, and it was a hard no. So again, if your candidates have any questions about that, they can email us at certification@ed.sc.gov, or they can call during our phone support hours, and we'll be happy to help them with the answers they need. That's it on my end.
Awesome. Thanks, Mary. Well, as always, we'll hang around if y'all have any other questions, but thanks so much for spending your morning with us for a few minutes. We're happy to have you, and it's good to see your faces.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Good to see y'all.